Good morning to all. So in our last class, we have discussed about the applications and limitations of thermodynamics. And today's class, we are going to discuss about the basic terms which are involved in thermodynamics chapter. So the first one is system. So system is nothing but it is a part of the universe. It is a part of universe which is under observation. That is nothing but the entire whole world is called as the universe. Entire whole world is called as universe, in that which we are observing, which we are studying, which we are observing, that is called as a system. So let us consider we are doing some experiment. We have taken a beaker. So in the beaker we have added some reactant A and reactant B to it. Reactant A and reactant B we have added to it. So we are observing what the reaction is taking place, what type of reaction is taking place, or what is happening in that beaker we are observing. So the beaker is under observation. We are studying this one. So we can say that, so the content inside the beaker is called as a system. This is our system. The rest all, whatever is there, the rest all, whatever is there in that whole, whole world, and that is called as surrounding. That is called as surrounding. So that is nothing but leaving this one, whatever the entire thing is there, that is called as a surrounding. So we have universe. So universe consists of a system plus a surrounding. That is, so let us discuss. So we have a system, we are observing this one, we are studying this one. So this becomes our system. So leaving the system, in the whole world, whatever is there, everything is being called as a surrounding. Now the system and surrounding together we are naming as a universe. Clear? So in the universe, we are studying something, and that part, whatever we are observing and whatever we are studying, that is nothing but our system. And the rest all, leaving that system, the rest all, whatever is there, that is called as a surrounding. So let us take a normal example. This is one we have taken, which will be coming across in our studies. So the reaction we have taken, and the reactants or the reaction mixture we are observing, that becomes our system, and the entire whole thing is surrounding. That is, this beaker we have taken in a lab. Clear? So we are doing the experiment in a lab. So the beaker and the content inside the beaker becomes the system. Our lab, college, city, state, country, everything becomes the surrounding. Clear? So that is nothing but even whatever is there in this whole world, either it may be US, it may be Africa, it may be America, or it may be China, whatever is there, everything comes under surrounding. Clear it is? So let us take a normal example. This is from our day-to-day life we have dealt, and one more routine thing nowadays we are observing, that is we are at home due to corona. So let us talk about that one only. So if you consider our state, Karnataka state, if you consider, every day we are getting some 20,000, 22,000 positive cases in Bangalore. And the rest all other districts we are getting around 1,000 or 1,000 plus, or around some 2,000 we are getting. But only in Bangalore we are getting 20,000 plus cases. So all our attention is towards the Bangalore. So tomorrow how much we are going to get? Today how much will be the positive cases? So every day we are more concerned or more worried about Bangalore. So Bangalore becomes our system. So this is our system. Let us consider Bangalore is our system. So we have the districts around it. We have some cities around it. All these are surrounding. Even though outside this one, let us consider outside our country, we have US. We have some around here, China, we have. So some other direction, we have Africa. All these are surrounding. Bangalore is our system. So whatever this one, whatever these cities, whatever we have, and our country, whatever is there, and the other other continents or other countries, whatever is there, all those will become surrounding. Clear? So this entire thing is surrounding. So surrounding, all these are surrounding, and Bangalore is the system. Surrounding plus a system, together we call that one as universe. We call that one as universe. Clear? So we have a system which we are observing, that becomes we have a thing that we are observing, we are studying, that becomes a system. So the things which around it, which is around it, or which is except that system, whatever is there in the universe, that entire thing becomes surrounding. But the thing is, so if at all, if people from Bangalore, if they move to the other district, then positive cases will decrease. If people from surrounding other district will move to Bangalore, then positive case may increase. We are discussing about corona cases. So if at all, if they move from other district to Bangalore, then positive case may increase. If they come from Bangalore to other district, then it may decrease. But people, if they move from Africa to US or from China to Pakistan, there it doesn't make any sense, or it doesn't make any difference in the number of cases in Bangalore. Clear it is, even though they are surrounding only, but they are not directly affecting our system. It is not directly affecting the cases which are present in Bangalore. Clear it is. That means that, so whenever we study about surrounding, the immediate neighboring or immediate surrounding, whatever is there, that what matters. The immediate surrounding only we are going to consider, even though these all will be surrounding only. But when we are studying, when we are observing, so we are observing the surrounding which is very immediate to the system, which can directly affect the system. Clear it is. So we have the system, and entire universe living the system, entire universe, whatever is there, we call that one as surrounding. But the surrounding which is very far from the system doesn't affect the system. The very nearer whatever is there, it is going to affect the system. So that's why when we are studying, we'll study only about the immediate surrounding which is present very close to the system. Now let us consider this one only. We are doing this one in lab. This reaction we are doing in lab. Suppose if at all, if we are doing this one in lab, and somewhere in Chikmagalur or in Shivamogga, if it rains, even though Chikmagalur or Shivamogga is surrounding to this one, but if it rains there, the temperature of that place doesn't affect the temperature of our reaction mixture. Suppose if it rains in Hubli, or suppose if it rains in our place, where the reaction mixture, where the reaction is being conducted, then that temperature may affect the system. Somewhere very far from the system, if it is present, if there is any change in that place, it is not directly affecting our system. So that's why when we are studying, we'll be studying the system, even though the definition says that living that system, except that system, everything is surrounding. But when we are studying, we are going to consider only the immediate surrounding. That's it. I hope it is clear. So we have system. It is a part of universe which is under observation. Clear it is. So that is what we are studying. So except that what a system, everything which is in the universe will be called as a surrounding. So we'll write the definition for that. So surrounding is the remaining portion. remaining portion of the universe, excluding system. If you leave system, so except that system, whatever is present in the universe, all that is being called as a surrounding. But when we are studying, we are considering the immediate surrounding itself. Clear? So we can write one more generalization. So that is, I hope we have written already, that is universe is equals to system plus surrounding. So one more thing we'll be coming across with, that is called boundary. So we'll write down that one, boundary. Boundary. So boundary is the one, either it may be real or it may be imaginary. Boundary is the one, either it may be real or it may be imaginary, which separates the system and surrounding. So we can write anything which separates system and surrounding. So let us consider the earlier example only. So we have taken the example where reaction mixture has been kept. So in this is our system and this is the surrounding. So surrounding and the system is being separated. It is being separated by a boundary, that is the beaker. The walls of the beaker is acting as an boundary here. The walls of the beaker is acting as a boundary which is separating the system and the surrounding. Clear it is? So this is what the boundary is. Here when you consider Bangalore as a system, so we have a correct correct boundary for it. For a Bangalore city, we have a correct boundary. It is not like a place. It is not, I mean, an exact boundary or exact fencing is there for the city. So that exact which decides which is which place, that is what called as boundaries. So sometimes it may be, I said it may be real or it may be imaginary also. Let us consider we have taken an beaker. We have filled some solution in this. Now, in this solution, I am not going to observe entire thing. I am not going to study entire thing. My study is only up to this part. It is only up to this part. Only this part I am studying. Clear? I have taken a beaker with a solution and I am studying only that amount, that amount of the solution only I am studying. That means that this is my system. This is my system. Clear? The solution, beaker, and the whole universe becomes the surrounding. Clear it is? So I have taken a beaker, in that I have filled a solution. So in that only small amount I am observing or I am studying, and that becomes my system. This blue line, whatever I have drawn, you can't draw that one in the solution. You can't draw that one. You can't paint that one in the solution. Isn't it or not? It is just an imaginary line I thought of observing only this part. That means that this line, blue line, is not the real one. It is the imaginary. But still, it acts, the blue line acts as the boundary. Clear? So the boundary may be real or it may be imaginary. So the boundary is completely based upon the system what we are going to choose. So what will be the system? How much will be the system? If you will be choosing based upon that, so boundary will be decided. Clear it is that boundary may be real or it may be imaginary. Just now we have discussed in this this entire reaction mixture I have considered as an system. So the beaker becomes the boundary here. So in this I have decided to observe only this part. That means that that is my system. So this blue line, which is imaginary, which I thought only this part. So that blue line becomes the boundary. The rest, all whatever is there, it comes as surrounding. Clear it is? So we have few points regarding boundary. So the first one, so it may be real or imaginary. The other thing, it may be rigid or flexible. Rigid in the sense, when you consider a beaker, it is the rigid part, it is the solid part, it is more rigid in nature. So either if at all, if beaker is the boundary, then it is rigid. Flexible. So let us consider a balloon. So we have taken an what a balloon we have taken. Balloon we have taken. Okay. Inside this balloon we have filled gas. So the gas is our system. Air which is filled inside the balloon is our system. Rest all is surrounding. This balloon becomes the boundary. Balloon becomes the boundary, which is flexible in nature. If you fill more gas, then it will expand. If you release some amount of gas, then it will contract. So that is what called flexibility. So we can say that the boundary may be either real or imaginary. It may be rigid or flexible. Likewise, we can also say that it may be diathermal. It may be diathermal or adiabatic. And it is important, observe properly. Diathermal. So when you say that it is diathermal, it indicates that. So the boundary, whatever is there, it has the ability to exchange. We said that. So let us consider this one as an system. We have a system, and this is our surrounding. This is our surrounding. So this is our boundary. This is our boundary. Now, suppose if at all, if there is an heat exchange has been taking place, that is either system is giving out heat or surrounding is giving out heat. So that is, if surrounding is giving out heat, system is accepting the heat. If system is giving out heat, that is system is losing heat to the surrounding. So if heat exchange has been taking place between system and surrounding, so that is, it should happen through the walls. If at all, if walls are if walls allow the system to pass the heat to the surrounding, then only the heat exchange may take place. If the walls or if the boundary is able to do heat exchange or allow heat flow, then such kind of boundaries are called as diathermal boundaries. Clear it is? That is, heat can flow from system to surrounding or from surrounding to system. Adiabatic. Adiabatic is the one which doesn't allows heat flows. Doesn't allow heat flow. That is nothing but, so the whatever the walls of the, whatever the boundary is there, that boundary is of thermos. I hope you might have seen thermos flask, which doesn't allow. So either the heat from system to surrounding or from the surrounding to system. So the walls or the boundary of the boundary is such a boundary is having such a substance that it doesn't allows the heat flow between or heat exchange between system and surrounding. Then such kind of boundary is called as adiabatic. So one such example is thermos. Thermos is an example where heat exchange doesn't flows between the system and surrounding. So we have studied about system, surrounding and boundary. So next we'll move on to types of system. There are three types of system. So first one is open system, closed system, and isolated system. So one by one now we'll discuss. That is the open system. Open system. So open system is the system where matter as well as the energy exchange takes place. So the system in which both matter as well as energy exchange takes place between system, and we are worried or we are discussing about system and surrounding only. So the exchange is also between the system and surrounding only. So the system in which both the matter as well as energy exchange takes place between the system and surrounding. Such kind of system is called as a open system. So let us consider. So I have a bottle here. I have a bottle. In this a hot solution I have filled. Clear? So I have a bottle or I have a container in which I have filled some hot solution into it. So when you fill an hot solution into it, so it is open now. So the vapors are coming out. The vapors are coming out. That means that matter. This is our system. This is our system. That is the solution inside this container is our system. So we have taken a system and the vapors are coming out. So when the vapors are coming out, the matter exchange is taking place. So this is our system. So whatever is there. So whatever things are there or whatever around it is, all these are surrounding only. So the vapors are coming out. That indicates that the matter is coming out or matter is being moving to the surrounding. Clear? So it is an hot solution. I am keeping the solution like this only for 15-20 minutes. After some time, you can observe the solution has turned out to be cold. The solution has turned out to be cold. That means that whatever the heat energy was there, it is also been exchanged to the surrounding. It is also coming out to the surrounding. That means in terms of vapors, matter is exchanged. In terms of heat, energy is exchanged. So we can say that an open system is nothing but the system in which both matter as well as energy exchange takes place. Such kind of system is called as a open system. We can write an example. That is a cup of hot coffee or tea kept under room temperature. That is because of vapors, matter exchange is taking place. Because of it is turning cold, that indicates that energy exchange is also taking place. Clear it is? Next. So next one, we'll write it up. That is, this is the first one, open system. Next one, closed system. Closed system. So closed system is the one in which only the energy exchange will takes place. So we can write it is the system in which, so same thing, it is the system in which only exchange of energy takes place. Exchange of energy takes place and not the matter. and not the matter. The system in which only the energy exchange takes place, not the matter, is called closed system. The same thing what I have taken earlier, I am going to put a lid to it. I am going to put a lid to it. Now, the container, in this container, I have taken a hot solution. I have filled a hot solution in it. I have closed the lid now. Vapors cannot come out. That means that matter cannot come out. Matter cannot be exchanged with the surrounding. But if you keep this container like this only for 10-15 minutes, then so it is going to, the heat, the hotness of this container is going to be turned out to be cold. The hot solution it was earlier, after 10-15 minutes, so the solution turns out to be cold. That means that only energy exchange is taking place. Only energy exchange is taking place. Clear it is? Now, so now the third one, that is isolated system. Isolated system. So isolated system is the one which neither, the system is the one which neither exchanges, matter nor energy. That means that no energy exchange, no matter exchange. That is a thermos flask. Solution, hot solution we have taken and we have filled that one in a thermos flask. Neither the matter, neither the vapor is going to come out, nor the energy. The hot solution, how much it was, so it remains the same. It remains the same. That is what called isolated system is. So isolated system is a system in which neither exchange of matter nor energy takes place. So we can write hot or cold water in a thermos flask. Hot water in thermos flask. So we have studied 3, that is open system in which both matter as well as energy exchange takes place. So example, a cup of hot coffee kept under room temperature. So closed system, only exchange of energy takes place, not the matter. So that is example, we can write it as a hot cup of coffee kept in an closed container. Hot cup of coffee kept in a closed container under room temperature. Then isolated system, we can take a very interesting example as mobiles. So nowadays you are using much mobiles, so the mobile gets heated up faster. So after some time, if you are not using that one and we have kept that one like that only, after some time if you check, so whatever the mobile heat was there, heat of the mobile was there, after some time if you check, it is going to be decreased or it will be under normal temperature. It will be normally normal temperature it will come to. That means that the hotness of that mobile is being transferred to the surrounding. Clear it is? So only heat exchange is taking place. No matter. Matter is not. The weight is not getting decreased. The weight will remain as it is. So matter exchange is not taking place. Only the energy exchange is taking place. Either you can take the example of mobile. You can take the example of any electronic gadgets like laptops, tab, anything. So only energy exchange will take place, not the matter. Isolated system where neither energy nor matter exchange is going to take place. Example, hot water or hot coffee kept in a thermos flask.